And we're back! Welcome to another episode of Awesome Stuff Badly with me, Uncle Dr. Ernie. Not able to talk. Uncle Dr. Ernie, joined as usual with the lovely Miss Whitney.
Hello, everyone.
Well, I think I checked, and it is actually possible to faintly hear your voice on the recording, like it's picking it up, output and input again on the speakers, but it's something.
Good.
I'll have to have you actually monologue for a period of time so we can actually do a sound check on it, but
Sure.
whenever you feel the urge, let me know and we'll timestamp it.
Okay.
All right, let's pray. God, I just thank you for all the stuff we've gotten done and for the fun we've had doing it. I pray that we would be able to create something that would bring joy and learning to lots of people. Help us to use the rest of our time wisely and finish well so we can start the rest of our day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, I got 38 minutes on the timer so that I stop at 3:40 to go pick up my daughter and make sure you make it to the library on time.
Great.
And today we are going to try and do animation. So
Right.
we have a turtle and it will draw, and we have a way to move it. And so now we need to figure out how to teach it to move by itself. That's how we go from being just a static, controlling this up. We go from using the computer to making the computer do things for us. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this, and I'm not sure what the right way is. The smart way to do this is probably to create a new branch. Check out -b animation. And I think the question is, where do we do that? So let's kind of talk this through. So we have turtles, and importantly, now we know where our turtles are, which is awesome.
You share your screen with them?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for being there to remind me, or else I'd waste an entire episode of people just staring at my face. Well, actually, I guess the broadcast is fine, right? It was just you didn't get to see it, right? Okay. So yes, all I did was I created a new branch called animation.
Okay.
And now I'm looking at figuring out where's the logic, where do we put the logic describing what the animation does? So there's actually a couple of different pieces of the puzzle. There's the cue describing the tasks to perform for animation. And then there's the controls for starting and stopping the animation. So let's, so maybe we should start by actually adding the controls. This is our turtles. Let's, controls. So we have our list of things that we're doing here. Left, right, and go. And then the next stage would be to add some controls on the next row for let's play and stop, and that becomes that's the old one. Okay, play and stop, that's something. And then the really interesting part is you'd also want to have a object that would display the upcoming actions.
Okay.
And that thing, I'm going to suggest needs to be, it's complicated enough that we should just make that a new file. Because I think otherwise I'm going to get overwhelmed with complexity. Let's save that. Let's just add and so let's just call it activity. So let's get our boilerplate here where we have fig/activity. Are we using offset, by the way? No, we are using offset there, so we still need that. So activity, let's require config activity. Here we would have activity.cfg, and that should look something like this. Let's configure the script from here. It's auto indent properly for some reason. Export static. Activity label equals activity, and save that. Everyone seems to be happy. Nope, it's not happy. Can't find module config activity source/config. Oh, right, because we are no longer inside controls. It should be, it's a peer. Okay, now we gulp it. Yeah, we're good. Status, add source, commit-am, add activity. Sometimes a logo class today. Okay, and this is nice because now we can think of things like semantically, what should the activities be? And the simplest thing for them to be is actually the controls, right? Because we have these controls here, which describe the behavior and know how to draw themselves. And we want is when we actually execute these things for it to call them, right? You with me, Whitney? Did we lose you?
Yeah, no, I'm here. My mic is just off.
Okay, yeah. So right now we have a bunch of controls that live up here in the hierarchy, which draw themselves. And the activity queue should be a list of those things, right? So when we animate something, what we should be doing is getting this object and basically applying those operations. When we hit play, it should get the object and then one at a time apply these actions.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So the simplest way to do that is to actually make this not a array, but a method, dynamic property. No, but then we can't mute them. So the question is, are we actually at, this is the question that I got stuck on last time. Here in the controls, we have these worlds, which are not just the our views and our model are all lumped together at this point, which is not necessarily a bad thing, though it is a little dangerous if you've already studied model view controller. But this dictionary describes what this thing does and where it is. Just like a button has to, in JavaScript, has to eventually know how to draw itself as well as how to send a message. What I would like is to store that name as, this is it. I don't think I should be storing that button directly. I should be storing a reference to that button in my activity queue.
Okay.
And then so let's go ahead and label these things so that we can refer to them more thoughtfully. And then that would imply that our activity queue should be something like something when it's clicked. It's the what is going to do? Does that make sense?
Go left, go right.
Is that when I want to animate my turtle, I do it by performing a series of actions.
Right.
But rather than, which I define up here, what happens when you press that button. But the one way to animate it, if this is the right way to do it, is to think of it as these are the actual instructions. Or the other way to do it is to think of it actually like this. Well, there's two things. One is the thing being performed, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
The other way to think about it is as the representation. But I realize there's actually two different things which I'm confusing, which might be part of the problem. Is right now when I push these buttons, I want to actually just make it control the turtle directly. Eventually, I'll want it to actually add an activity to the queue, in which case I shouldn't be thinking so much about the buttons as I am about the commands, let's call them, that this thing is doing. So what that's arguing is that what I really want is to be thinking in terms of a series of commands. Am I making any sense at all, or should I back up a bit?
No, I get that.
What are we doing so far?
A series of commands is in go left, go right, as you had.
Yeah, and that the activity queue, this is the other thing that I realized. The activity queue is actually not a function of the display, it's a function of the turtle. Right, this is actually good that we have two turtles, is that each turtle should have its own activity queue. Right, because that determines what the turtle knows how to do. And if that's the case, then maybe a better way to think about this is that this is actually fine, but the activity needs to be become something like right, is that
Okay.
what we don't directly manipulate the activities on the screen. We have a list of actions being assigned to a turtle, and then the turtle acts them out.
Right. Okay.
And that the turtle basically has a so we go back to our turtles over here, which means that maybe we don't need the separate module after all if the intelligence is happening somewhere else. These are actual worlds, which are the turtles that are drawn. And then they have a well, let's try and see if we can do it just with a dictionary and see what happens. We have the idea of actions, which is a dictionary, or sorry, an array.
Mm-hmm.
And index, which is 0, which is a little awkward, but and then the activity would be step.
Okay.
And for a step, it would do something like world get Open actions. Next action equals index equals index. Next action equals actions index. Then index equals index greater than actions dot length, then zero, else index plus 1. This is our program counter.
Okay.
Then how does our drawing program actually do actions? Is the clicker, right? That's the click. No, that's clicking on the turtle does that. Clicking on the control is this. Get action, get current, current dot call, action 0, action 1.
Okay.
In this case, it should be the world it's stepping should just do that. Should be if action, next action, let's call this the action, I guess. Which implies that the first thing we should do in our controls is have a step. That's the easiest thing to think about. And this becomes easy. That becomes just action step. And maybe we can make that more intelligent later. But just like we called our turn function, it should call our step function. Is that making some amount of sense?
Yeah. Okay, in world.call, you pass those two arguments, like the action itself, which would step in this case, and action sub 1, which was 0, n equals 0, or n equals 1.
Right. So when I click on the word step,
yeah.
Then if I don't click, I'm not clicking on it. Yes, so I click on step. It's sending the action step, which, because of way click here, it's going to get the action. It's going to get something under the word for a world. Yes, so for this button defines a world. The
right.
world in that button, when I click step, it will get my action array, which is step, count 0, and then it will get the current world, which is my step button.
Right.
Oh, no, it's not. It's going to get the current turtle.
Oh, okay.
and it will tell the turtle, the current turtle will be passed as the world argument. No. It will be called
Right.
with the key, step, and the arguments N0.
Okay.
And so it'll tell the current turtle to do step.
Got it. Okay.
Right? And that actually looks somewhat reasonable. We're definitely going to need some consoles here. Actually, we don't even need that since we're not putting anything there. There's no point in confusing it. Let's just say and by default, it'll just get the empty list of actions. Okay. Did we save this? Yes. And did we hang our system? No, we're still building happily. And then if we go back to our controls, we added step, and we overwrote it because we need to save that. We probably should do more intelligence. Okay, step, play, stop. Okay, here we go. Step. Okay. And what's that? Who's starting that there? That's just the click, which we don't care about anymore. We can hide that. And then what we want to be doing is that should be in there. There should be some this is an interesting thing. Action's an array. It's an array of. The first item is a string. Second item is a dictionary. No, that's not a string. It's a, yeah, it is a key. Right, yeah. So just we should be able to do something like, go 1, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's an action. So we actually want that to be that.
Okay.
We think. Let's just try it and see what happens.
Okay.
All right. We saved it. It didn't appear to barf, which is great. Let's just try manual. Goes. That. And when I click step, found it, which is cool. Did you see it move?
No.
Let's see it, try it again. Go makes it move. And then when I click step, it moved.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo!
Wait, click step again? Can you click it again?
No. Oh, wait, yes, I can. I did.
Yeah.
Yay! We have moving turtles.
Awesome. Oh, that's great.
Yay! Woohoo! Oh, bang bang makes it do the shell history command. Even more awesome. Woohoo! We have paper trails. Okay, let's right then. What we don't have is any visualization of that. Can we quickly fix that? So our activity.coffee is supposed to be this array of actions, but that's not actually what we want. What we want is all right, this is where we're getting to the question of what is our commands versus what is our actions. And that's probably too much to take on, but we can play with this. At least we can make it look fun. Let's what's our default? What should our default set of actions be? It could be probably go, and then make that turn, and then go, turn this one, and to make that look reasonable, they should, well, let's just try that and see. Save that. Oh, because it's always, the step is always at the index of 0 or something, right? Yeah, let's make this and what's happening is index is 1. What is actions.length? That's probably the next thing I need to check. It even gets it correctly. Let's go so I can see that. Zero 4 is length 4. Oh, duh. Index is changing. X equals. So this will be world.put. Let's look at the same thing. Okay, so step. Turn. Step. Turn. Five, okay. Greater than equal? Let's try that. Well, let's actually start this guy further up because it gives us less. I don't have enough. Give us some room to play since we're doing a step together, step together, step. We're skipping a step, aren't we, somewhere? Just 4, 5, oh, right. Zero, 1, 2, 3, right. Oh, right, if we do it the other way around. And then x equals 0. And the length is not length. Let's try that. Go, 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 go. Woohoo! Yay! We can't visualize it, but at least you can do it. Now, there's two things that would be really cool to do. One would be to have it do something intelligent when it runs off the board so that it doesn't disappear, which can easily happen.
Right.
And that would be, let's set it there so we can do that.
That was happening in the version that I was playing around
Yes.
with on my machine.
That was definitely.
I brought him back though. I was able to turn him around.
Wow, you have good spatial visualization skills.
Yeah.
Not something we should count on with 3-year-olds. So, what we would need to do then is just make sure that our go and then the trick is that equals validate text I. We want to pass our scale in here. Where is our? Let's do something like split equals world get split. And then that equals return 0 if n less than 0, return max if n greater than max, return n. That might work.
We'll see.
Okay. Are we even calling? So what's happening here? Let's see what we. It's clearly cheerfully running off the stage. Whereas are we even calling validate here? Let's see. Let's try and see what happens. Oops, did I not rerun? No, let's try that. Right. Yes. Step. Oh wait, I'm passing it. Oh, V, validating our V rather than our. It's actually the update that's the problem. That was the thing. So let's see. That's actually not a. Yeah, that's a problem. Maybe not. Let's grab a copy of that for my paste buffer before we blow it away entirely. So in update key delta max, and result equals delta. Oops, lost my validate there. Okay. With max, then let's do our validate function again here. Return 0, 0 if n less than 0, return max if n greater than max, return n. Yes. And then date is validate result comma max with max. Key result, and then do this. Right, and then, oh yeah, we were going to move this guy further down, so that wasn't. Pounds. Actually, what we want to do is actually make it wrap, right? It's actually more interesting if we do it that way, isn't it?
Okay.
Wrap around equals this is a weird policy, but visually I think it's probably more interesting. And by then it's fine. And sorry, I can this down. So it starts further down. You get rid of those 0.5 sometime, but not now. Okay, here. And then, oh, the last thing is that we have to change our update command. Sorry, our go command to include the split. Okay, let's just try going works. Okay, then step. Oh, it's kind of cool. Let's just fake that for now.
Okay.
No, it's including 0.5 rather than going to 0 for some reason. Okay, well, it's got to be a reason why that's like that, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, at least you don't lose it.
All right.
Wrap around badly, which is what we're all about here. All right, if I had time, I would push this out, but I won't. But I'll at least push it up to the repository. Now, this is actually more functional than the version that's up on the server. If I can ever figure out, which I've not yet figured out how to animate that process. If I do, I can check it into a gulp file for future reference. But yay, we've got an animated turtle.
Cool.
Then we just can make play and stop, control a tiny little event loop, and it will actually run by itself. So
awesome.
Yeah, we still have to figure out how to get the, visualizing the animation, blah, blah, blah. But hey, it works. That's the first big step. Right, and you get to be a part of it. We made history of sorts.
That's so cool. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Whitney. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. So
All right.
Thursday morning.
Great. Goodbye.